Hi, my name's Lydia, and I'm going to be doing a lesson over author's purpose. And don't mind my box here. This is going to be my wall for sticking my anchor chart up to it in a second. So, on to teacher mode. Alrighty, class, I need everyone to stand up, push in your chairs, and get your wiggles out. Okay, awesome. Now I need everyone to grab a pencil and come to the carpet and sit next to your reading partner. Okay, great. Thank you for being great listeners. And remember, at the carpet, we raise our hand when we want to speak. We keep our hands and feet to ourselves, and we don't interrupt our classmates or the teacher. So, today we're going to be learning about author's purpose. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me the definition of author's purpose? Sally. Yeah, okay, I like where you're going. Can anyone explore on Sally's thoughts? Johnny. Okay, awesome. I love that you two work together to come out with an awesome definition. So, like our friend said, author's purpose is why the author is writing what they're writing. So, there are three main purposes the author is writing, and if everyone can look up here at our anchor chart, we have persuade, inform, and entertain. So, if you notice, it says it's a P, I, and E, and that spells pie. So, whenever you're trying to think of author's purpose, you can just think pie to help you remember author's purpose. So, the first one is persuade. That is when the author is trying to get you to do or to rise something. So that's with commercials, reviews, opinions, and advertisement. Then we have inform. That's when the author is trying to give you facts or teach you something. So, non-fictional books, history, science, biographies, and there's more. And then the last one is entertain. That is when the author is trying to make you enjoy what you're reading. So that's with fictions, comics, fantasy, and mystery. So that's where most people get tricked up with entertain, is because they think if they're not enjoying what they're reading, the author's not trying to entertain, but that's not true. So let's say you're reading a book about unicorn puppies and you don't like unicorn puppies. That doesn't mean the author's still not trying to entertain you just because you're not enjoying the book. So that's where people get tricked up. So let's make sure we remember that one. So I'm going to stick this up here. So can everyone give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on where they're at with author's purpose? So thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up, so we're going to move on. So, today we are going to use multiple books to look at author's purpose, and we're going to be using this graphic organizer. So, I'm going to pass these out. Alrighty. And then, I want everyone to just look. We're not going to do anything just yet. So, if you notice that you're going to have a place to put the story, the author, the author's purpose, you're going to circle either entertain, persuade, or inform. And don't get tricked up because they're not in the same order. So that I don't want you to get tricked up with that. You need to pay attention when you're circling. And then there's two forms of evidence. For each book today, we're going to try to find two reasons to back up why we think it's either to entertain, persuade, or inform. Excuse me. So, I'm going to go first, and I'm going to just show you guys what we're doing today. So I want you guys to look at me. So I need hands in your laps. Don't be messing with your graphic organizer. I want you guys to just listen and follow along with me. So I'm going to be using the book, Those Fabulous Frogs by Melvin Berger. Alrighty, so remember, just look at me. Frogs are amazing animals. They have been around since the age of dinosaurs. They have no fur, no feathers, and no scales. They have lungs, but can also breathe through their skin. Frogs have long, powerful back legs to help them jump through the air. A frog can jump more than 20 times the length of its body. So as I'm reading, I'm trying to think, is the author trying to persuade, inform, or entertain? So I'm thinking, I see a lot of facts about frogs, and I know that facts is a key word to mean the author is giving me, trying to inform. So I'm going to go to our graphic organizer, Oh no! My pen! It busted on me. I need to get a new pen. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling out my graphic organizer. So I'm going to put my name. Then I'm going to put the story title. So I'm going to write, Those Fabulous Frogs. And to remember either to underline or to put those in quotations because it is our title of our book. Then we're going to go and put our authors. I'm going to put Melvin Berger. And remember, you're not doing this, you're just watching me as I do this. So now I'm going to circle if I think it's to entertain, persuade, and inform. And I think it's to inform because I see lots of facts. So I'm going to write down evidence 1. And I'm going to put on page 1, the author is showing me lots of facts. Whoops. Facts about frogs, such as, let's see, let's put a frog can jump more than 20 times the length of its body. Excuse me. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to keep reading because I need 2 forms of evidence. So I'm going to go on to the next page. Whoa. Many frogs go through metamorphosis, the change from tadpoles that live in water into adult frogs that live on land. Animals that live in water and on land are called amphibians. The word comes from a Greek word, amphibios, which means double life. So as I'm reading, I'm thinking to myself, I'm sure getting a lot of facts about frogs still, and if you even look on the bottom, that's a lot more facts about frogs as they go from tadpole to a frog. So that shows me that the author is trying to inform because I see more facts. So I'm going to go back to our graphic organizer, and under evidence 2, I'm going to write on page, what is it, 2, the author is giving me more facts about frogs, such as, let's see, so you need, to help your evidence, you need to put some facts in here. So let's say, many frogs go through metamorphosis. So many frogs go through metamorphosis. Alrighty, and then if you look on the back of your graphic organizer, or the bottom, it says other forms of evidence, and it's in quotations, it says optional. So that's going to be if you have extra time during our lesson. So since I found my 2, I don't have to finish reading the whole book. We can read that later, but just for this assignment, we don't have to continue going. So I need everyone to show me a fist of 5 on how you feel on finding evidence and filling out the graphic organizer. So 5 being you're ready, you understand, 0 needing more help. Okay, I love that I see a lot of 5s. So we're going to go ahead and work together. So I'm going to get a new book. It's called Frog and Toad Are Friends. Story and picture by Arnold Lobel. So I want you guys to listen closely because you are going to work with your reading partner on which author's purpose we think this book is. So everyone listen as I read. I'm going to read the first 2 pages, okay? Frog ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer. Toad, Toad, shouted the frog. Wake up, it's spring. Bleh, said the voice from inside the house. Toad, Toad, cried Frog. The sun is shining, the snow is melting. Wake up. I'm not here, said the voice. So I need everyone to turn and talk with your reading partner on which author's purpose you think this is. Either persuade, inform, or entertain. So we're not talking about evidence just yet. Let's talk about which one it is. So go ahead and talk with your partners. I'd give them time to talk with their partners. Alrighty. And I need everyone to get back together with me, eyes up here. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what you and your partner came up with? Susie. Okay, you guys think it's to entertain. Alright, does everyone else agree with that? Can I see thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, all thumbs up. Okay, so now I need you to get with your partner and talk about what evidence do we think this is to entertain. So remember, look back at the story. Why do you think this is to entertain? Give you 30 seconds or so. Alright, and then when they're done, I call someone. So, Rebecca. Alrighty, Rebecca, what do you think is some evidence on why the author is trying to entertain? Okay, that is a very good point that frogs and toads do not talk in real life. So this is a make-believe story, so that's not facts. Okay, I love that. Does anyone else have anything else? Sam. That is a very good point that that frogs do not wear pants. In the picture, you can see that frog is wearing a coat and pants, and that doesn't happen in real life. So I think those are great evidences. So I need everyone to get out your graphic organizer and get a pen, and we're going to fill this out. So under story, we're going to write the title. So can everyone write frog and toad are friends? And remember, what do we do? Yes, we're going to put it in quotations or underline. And then our author is Arnold Lobel. So Arnold Lobel under author. And off teacher mode, I would be going a lot slower since I'd be writing, but imaginary students, we can go fast. Back to teacher mode. So now we're going to circle. Which one are we going to circle, class? We're going to circle entertain, persuade, or inform. Okay, we're going to circle entertain. And then our evidence 1. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what we should put? Susie. Okay, yeah, and we are on page 4. That is a great. So we're going to put on page 4. I like how Susie put that. So we're going to use her definition or her idea. So we're going to put on page 4. The author has talking frogs and toads, and that is make-believe. Awesome. Alrighty, and then let's keep going because we need 2 forms of evidence per book. So let's read the next page. Everyone, pencils down, eyes up here, because we're going to talk with our partner. Ready? Frog walked into the house. It was dark. All the shutters were closed. Toad, where are you? Said Frog. Go away, said the voice from in the corner of the room. Toad was lying in bed. He had pulled all the covers over his head. Frog pushed Toad out of bed, pushed him out of the house and onto the front porch. Toad blinked in the bright sun. Help, said Toad. I can't see anything. Alright, turn and talk with the partner. Why do you think what is another form of evidence on on why this is to entertain? So talk with the partner. I give them time to talk. Alrighty, class, I need someone to raise their hand and say what you or your partner said for evidence 2. Emily, what did you and your group say? Okay. You again said that the frog and toad are talking. Alright, I like that because we did say that is true, but I need some new evidence. Does anyone have any new evidence on why this story is to entertain? Michelle. Okay, that is a very good point that we see in the picture that Toad is laying in a bed, and in real life, we even know from this book that toads don't sleep in real beds. So I like that. Is there anything else anyone wants to say? Nope. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use Michelle's? form of evidence. So let's see what page that was on. Let's see, not that far yet. So on page 7. So let's write on page 7. The author has Toad. And remember, let's capitalize that T because Toad is his name in this book. Toad is laying in a actual bed. We know that that's not true in real life. And remember, there's a third form of evidence, but we don't have to use that because we're just doing 2 for right now. So good job, guys. Oh, so sorry. Hold on a second. Alrighty. Can I get anyone to, I need everyone to show me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on how you feel on finding evidence from the book and recording it to your graphic organizer. Okay, I see some thumbs up and some sideways. I'm going to show you one more story, but this one's an article before we move on. We're not going to record this one down. I just want to show everyone this. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to skim over and tell you guys some information. And I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to have everyone... I'm going to let you guys talk with a partner before we do that. So, this one's called Why You Should Get a Pet Frog. And it has a picture of some frogs. And the first paragraph, it talks about how much it costs to have a pet frog. The second paragraph, it talks about why pet frogs are a great pet. And then the third paragraph, it talks about all the pros about having a pet frog. So all the positive things about having a pet frog. So just based off of what I said, without even reading it and just skimming, I want you to turn and talk with your partner on if you think this is to persuade, inform, or entertain. So go ahead and talk with your partners. Alrighty. On the count of 3, I want everyone to tell me in a quiet inside voice if it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I heard persuade. I heard everyone, I think, say persuade. And that is exactly what this is. The author is trying to get you to buy or to have a pet frog. So that was very good, everyone. So I need everyone to show me a fist of 5 on how you feel about moving on and doing this on your own. Fist as in, oh, I'm not ready yet, and 5 as in, I'm ready. Alrighty. Okay, I see a lot of 5s and 3 to 5, so we're going to move on. So I need everyone to stand up, and you're going to go get your book boxes and go back to your seat. We're going to work together on our own, and then we're going to get with our reading partner afterwards. So again, go get your book boxes and go to your seat. And then I'll give them time to do that. Oh man, excuse me. Okay, so as they're working on their own, I would pull up the kids I noticed had like 0 to 3s on their hand, and I'd pull them to me and I'd work with them and like guide them to work with this. And then the students that are excelling, I would encourage them to do the bottom part of the graphic organizer where they can do a third form of evidence, or if we're working, let's say we're working on setting or point of view earlier before this lesson, I would have them write somewhere on the bottom of their paper what the setting is or the point of view just to enhance their learning. Oh, excuse me. Alright, and so back into teacher mode. Alright, thanks. Now that everyone's sitting at their desk, so I need everyone to pick at least 2 books out of your book box. And for each book, so can everyone tell me, everyone repeat after me, each book, they would repeat, record 2 forms of evidence. So say 2 forms of evidence. Okay, awesome. So I need everyone to do that, and don't forget to put our title in quotations or underline into the author. We're going to circle and then 2 forms of evidence per book, and I would paste this up here for students to look at, but I'm out of box room. So then I would give students time to work on that, and I again would pull students aside And then as they are working, I would walk around and ask them questions as if what their book is, what's the author's purpose of their book, and then I'd encourage them to show me, instead of just telling me the evidence, I would want them to show me in their book where they got that evidence. And then once everyone's pretty much close to done or done, I would go and have the students work with partners. So I guess I can back to teacher mode. Alrighty, class, now that everyone is close to done, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to work, and then we're going to work with partners. Then 2 more minutes goes by. Alrighty, class, I need you to take at least one of your 2 books, your graphic organizer, and meet with your reading partner anywhere in the room. So go ahead and get with your reading partner and go anywhere. Make sure you get a book and your graphic organizer. Go. And then they go everywhere. And I'd say, okay, so you guys are going to defend your answers to your partner. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do. So let's say this is my book and my graphic organizer. I'm going to defend why I thought this wasn't, the author was trying to entertain, and I'm going to show my partner where I found my 2 pieces of evidence. So I would go to page 4 and page 7 and tell them why this is a book the author's trying to entertain. So I'm gonna give you at least 2 or 3 minutes to do that with your partner, and during this time and also while they were working, I would be walking around and I'm gonna be jotting down, noticing which students are getting it, which students need a little bit more help. And then I would, once all the students are done with their partner, I would ask them to share with the class if they would like. And then once after that, I would have the students discuss why knowing the author's purpose can make them a better reader, and I would allow them to talk with their partner about that, and then we would come together as a class and discuss what everyone said, and I'd probably even jot some ideas on the board, or make that an exit ticket if we're running close out of time, have them write it down. And then as my closing, out of my closing, I would tell the students, back to teacher mode, alrighty class, today we went over author's purpose, and we looked at the author purpose in many books and used a graphic organizer, and that can help us as future readers by knowing the reason the author is writing it, so we know why the author is writing what they're writing. So that is my lesson, and thank you.